Well, today I was in New Jersey. Down here, the streets are empty. Over there is the marina boats. And this is a sight you got to see. A little bit of casual fishing off the dock. Annabelle's birthday was today. I would have contacted you all earlier, but it's Mother's Day and her birthday coinciding on the same day. So we had most of our kids together, and I got to thinking, you know, some interesting moves of God have happened. I think Brownsville revival started on a Father's Day, but the great Jesus movement started with Lanny Hubbard at Chuck Smith's Calvary Chapel in like 1970s something on Mother's Day. And so these, Mother's Day, Father's Day, it's interesting that moves of God actually have corresponded with these days. And right now, I think that the women in America, Marsha Blackburn and various others, are some of the most strong voices that we have. Men have been kind of emasculated. Not that they don't have a spiritual authority. It's that part of the cancel culture is to take men out. It's part of Jezebel's plan to emasculate, etc. But the women speak to the identity of men. And you'll even see this in most storylines, where it's the woman who basically helps the man to become who he's supposed to be. And hopefully, we're living in an age where the men are recognizing that the women have a role. After all, it was the woman who got the promise in the Garden of Eden that she would crush the serpent's head. Satan has a particular animus against women, especially anointed women, because they are the ones who have authority to crush the serpent's head. And I want to speak to all of you now. My friend Steve Bannon has a saying. He says, when men will talk about what needs to be done, women will actually do what needs to be done. And I call on all of you women out there to speak to the identity of the men in your life and to your boys as they're growing, and help them understand that being masculine is not a sin. It's a design feature. Masculinity by its very nature moves towards solving a problem. It moves towards engaging the problem. But there's that great scene that comes to my mind from the Lord of the Rings, where the woman Eowyn, I think her name is, she is dressed as a man in battle, and the great Nazgul, the Witch King, lands in front of her with his mace, and he's swinging it, and he tells her in his demonic voice, "You fool, no man can kill a Nazgul. No man can kill the Witch King." And she pulls off her helmet, lets her hair fly, and she says, "I am no man." Takes her sword and puts it right into the forehead, in the helmet, and roar, you see the Nazgul crumple up like a beer can. You know, the great ring wraith crushes itself in, and the Dark Rider is the Witch King is no more. Well, it's really a prophetic statement, isn't it? And that God has a role for women as the heroes, the Sheroes, who are called to crush the serpent's head. And if you're in that age, whatever age you are, but particularly if you're over 50, you'll find that many men have already, in a sense, been in the lane of what they're supposed to do. But many women are getting a second wind anointing, and they're getting that second wind in their 50s and in their 60s because they're doing the exploits. They've raised their family. In many cases, they've helped their husbands. And now there's an empowerment for women to take the role, to take out the witch kings. And I just want to encourage you that men and women are going to be working together in unique ways in this next hour. And we're going to be seeing the outpouring of God's Spirit on couples and their assignments together, women speaking to the encouragement of the men, and then speaking to the, if you don't mind the word, giving permission, if you will, for the woman, the wife, to redefine her identity, her role, and her assignment so that she can do what she's actually called upon to do. Because there's an anointing on women to reset what's happening among women and families. And it's going to be a most interesting thing as women step forth to crush the serpent's head. Remember, it's the bride of Christ that is terrible as an army with banners. There's this aspect of the bridal anointing that is coming upon the church. So that's my thoughts for tonight, and I'll talk to you tomorrow when we are better led. God bless.
If you like this video, make sure you like it here and also subscribe so that you can get other broadcasts in the future as soon as they come out. And you know what would help me? Make a comment and give me your thoughts on what you'd like to hear about in the future.